Hi, friends. Last weekend, our youth and confirmation class were on retreat at Camp Wanakee, one of our United Methodist camps about 15 to 20 miles southwest of Canton. We had a fun and meaningful time. In addition to playing games, I am once again the reigning champion of the card game Spoons. We hiked to a treehouse in the woods where campers stay during the summer. We filled 3,000 Easter eggs with prizes and candy for an Easter egg hunt that the camp sponsors for the community the week after Easter. We inventoried and folded a new shipment of sweatshirts for the camp store. We sang. Sweet Caroline, ba, ba, ba. The time never seems so good, so good. So good, so good. We ate lots of junk food, especially crumble cookies, and we had 4 confirmation lessons plus Sunday worship and Sunday school. And we did all of that in less than 48 hours. It's no wonder we were all exhausted. In one of our lessons, we talked about perfection. We looked through magazines and cut out pictures of perfection, everything from people to football plays to desserts to sunrises. We taped our pictures on a piece of paper and passed the papers around the circle so that every person in the group wrote a word or a phrase on every picture that described how perfection could be attained in that picture. For example, I found a picture of a cake with fruit on top. And some of the words that people wrote to attain perfection included time, a sharp knife, skills, a good recipe, an artistic eye, and excellent photography. We talked about whether or not perfection can be achieved and what people are willing to do or to give up to try to attain it. John Wesley, the founder of Methodism, believed and taught that perfection is attainable. Not perfection in the sense of never making a mistake, but perfection in the sense of loving God with our entire being and loving others like Jesus did. Wesley defines Christian perfection as the loving of God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. This implies that no wrong temper, none contrary to love, remains in the soul, and that all the thoughts, words, and actions are governed by pure love. In other words, Christian perfection is fully loving God and neighbor, or becoming like Christ. Wesley didn't just teach that we should be perfect, he also taught us ways to attain perfection, which he called means of grace. The means of grace are categorized into 2 categories, works of piety and works of mercy. Works of piety are things that we do to help us connect with God and things that we do to prepare us to embody God in the world, like reading scripture, praying, worshiping, participating in the sacraments. Works of mercy are things that we do for others so that they can see God in and through us, like visiting the sick, helping the poor, ending discrimination, and feeding the hungry. Works of piety and works of mercy go hand in hand. They are like 2 sides of the same coin. They can't be separated, at least not if we want our faith and life to have real meaning. The lifelong journey toward perfection isn't about making ourselves better than anybody else. And it isn't about earning our way into heaven. Rather, the journey of perfection is a response to the love that we have received from God through Jesus. When we practice the means of grace, works of piety and mercy, we are essentially saying to Jesus, I accept the sacrifice that you made for me, and I am working to make my life look more and more like yours. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again next week.